How come nobody ever told me how expensive records were? I mean, come on. It's actually crazy. Hello everybody, welcome back to DJ Talks Vinyl, the channel where you can expect news about vinyl, new pressings, reviews about music, and just generally what's happening in the music industry. In this video, we're going to talk about the vinyls I'm expecting to purchase sometime during the new year. You know, the year just started, and I want so many things, but I can't have them all. You can't have everything, you know that. You can't have everything. So in this video, we're going to just cover 10 of the records I want. In reality, there's so many. If it was a perfect world, my record collection would be well over 100. But in this video, we're just going to go over 10 of the records I want sometime during the year. Firstly, we got Travis Scott's Utopia, but I want the orange pressing of it. I'm going to show you a picture of what that looks like right here. This is actually the version with Meltdown on it, because if you didn't know, when Drake recorded his version of Meltdown, he recorded it the day the album, like the day before the album came out, so there wasn't enough time for the vinyl to be made for it to have Meltdown on it. So there's actually two versions of the Utopia vinyl. There's one with Meltdown and there's one without Meltdown. I think the one without Meltdown has an A by, I think that A is on Pink Tape by Lil Uzi. So yeah. And then after, we have speaking of Drake, we have a Drake record. We have Her Loss, and this record has been a unicorn record for me. I have been trying to find it left and right, and it's just impossible to find. But I found one here for about 60 bucks, which is really expensive. Like, come on. But I really wanted to complete, or at least get somewhere in my Drake collection. I think it's gonna be one of the hardest for me to actually get an actual pressing of, just because of how rare it is. I can barely find them in stock anymore. Like, I've looked everywhere. If you guys can help me out with that, I'd greatly appreciate that. Next up, we got Billie Eilish's Everything I Wanted. This song originally came out in 2021. It was a really profound song. I really connected with it, just because of the material and everything. But this record is very rare, you know, because it's a single. On discogs, if you guys want to follow me there, the link will be in the description, so you can see all the records I want and everything I already own as my collection updates. On discogs, it's going for $160, which is a lot of money to shell out on one record, but that's far from the most expensive record that I want, that we're going to mention in this video. Right now there's 10 for sale, and I do intend to get it sometime. Like, this is one of those I really want. And then we got Mr. West. Now, I don't agree with what he's doing and what he's saying, but you can't deny the fact that this guy makes really good music. And if I was to get this, it would be my first Kanye vinyl I would ever own. It would be, this one is Graduation, which was his third album in a series. This one is going for about $133 in total. It's shipping from the UK, so you can't even get them in Canada. Like, it's really hard to find them in Canada. I've gone everywhere, local record stores, Sunrise, in multiple malls, Urban Outfitters. I've gone everywhere, left to right, up, down, all around, and I cannot find this album anywhere. But this album I would love to own in my collection. Love to own. It's a quintessential album for the time. It really solidified his career as an artist and as a producer. I think it's his best album. You know, some of the Kanye heads might say it's the College Dropout or late registration, but I think Graduation is quintessential. I think it's better than My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which is also a vinyl I really want. Next up, we have the UK artist Dave with his second album, full-length album, called Psychodrama. This is a 2 LP pressing of the album. It comes in this really beautiful blue pressing. I will show you what that looks like here. Right now on discogs it's going for about $150, which is less expensive than the Billie Eilish record I mentioned before, but it's still a chunk of change to actually go ahead and invest in that record. I mean, plus shipping and everything, on discogs you're paying $180 right here, and nearly $200 for a record is a lot, but you know, I really do want that record and I intend on getting it this year. It's on the bucket list for sure. Next up, we have a soundtrack to a movie that did numbers at the box office. We have Metro Boomin's soundtrack for Across the Spider-Verse. Now, this is not the regular black pressing. This is actually the picture disc version of that pressing of the album. It looks amazing. It has one of the, I forgot his name. I'm so sorry, I forgot his name. It has one of the spider people. It has one of the spider people on one side, and then on the other side, it has like a black and white spider on it. Looks really cool. I'll show you what those look like right here, the front and the back, or the front and the back. I forgot, everything's reversed. Yeah, right now this is going for $70. Next up, we have Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. Now, Miles Davis was an artist I actually got introduced to when I started collecting vinyl by one of my friends. He recommended it to me because he said it's a great jazz record. It was really important to the time that it came out, and it's just an album that everybody recommends to get in their collection. So that's definitely one of the more realistic ones I can get sooner than later. So I should be getting it hopefully sometime before June. Crossing our fingers, hopefully. This album is a cheaper record. It's going for $30 on discogs, which is very possible for me to purchase really soon. It's really possible for me to purchase that. So yeah, Miles Davis, Kind of Blue, great jazz record, quintessential to the time, and one I really want. Then we have Maxwell's Urban Hang Suite. This is an album that actually my dad put me onto when I was younger, when I want to say maybe he used to play a song when I was like 10 or 11, Something and Sweet Lady. Those were songs I fell in love with. I didn't know how good they were until I started listening to them again when I was older. But it's definitely an album I want to purchase. It's R&B because I want to diversify my collection. I don't want to just have one genre. This one is going for about $100, which isn't ridiculous, but still a lot of money. So maybe I just got expensive taste. Maybe I just got expensive taste. Next up, we have OK Computer by Radiohead, which is a band and an album. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys, because that's how I roll. I've never heard of this band or album before December of last year. I never heard about them. I didn't know who they were. But when I started getting into the hobby of collecting, it was an album that was praised highly, and I don't see why I shouldn't get it on vinyl. It's a really rare record. Right now it's going for $220 on discogs. I'll just let that sink in for a while. So yeah, if you watched my top 5 tracks of the week video that I released on Thursday, you would see that I actually put this album as one of the songs from this album in it. It's Metallica's Ride the Lightning, which was one of the best thrash metal albums of that time, if not the best one. Metalheads are gonna kill me for saying that. I actually fell in love with Metallica years ago, when I was about 12 or 13. Started listening to their music a little too much, kind of got sick of it, but now I've been trying to get back into the gist of things, and I really do want this one here. It's a reissue. It's going for about $227 on discogs. I'm sure I can find it for someplace cheaper because I really do want it, and I hope that one day I can actually get it and purchase it and have it in my collection. Yeah, so that was all the records I intend on purchasing sometime this year. If I get more, I get more, because I'd be really happy if I do get more. Tell me albums that you recommend I get. If you guys have any questions for me, make sure to drop them below. I greatly appreciate that, and I'll try and answer all of them as quickly as I can. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Share the video, please, to everybody that you know. We're trying to grow together. We're all one happy big family. This was DJ Talks Vinyl, and I will see you on the flip side.